Hi there, it's Karen with InspiredByGram.com. Welcome to my channel. So last night I did start to market my Darling Donkeys class, and I wanted to bring a video to you to show you the cards, and also we're going to be making this card here. Super fun hee-haw card. So let's get started with the card, and at the very end I'll show you all the designs that we'll be making together in my Darling Donkeys card class. So this is a stamp set. This is a stamp set you can get free with my product-based class, Darling Donkeys. It's a great, fun stamp. I wasn't sure about it at first, but then I started to use it, and it just makes some really cute cards. So let's set this one aside, and we will get started creating the card. So I've got a Night of Navy card base, which is cut 8.5 by 5.5. I've already pre-scored and folded at 4 1/4. Whisper White, which we'll be switching to basic white at some point, but I have some Whisper White here for my stamping on the inside panel. The hee-haw will be on some scrap, and I've got this die cut here, which will have the donkey on it, and then I've got 2 pieces of the Well-Suited Designer Series paper, and they are both cut 3 by 4. So we're going to adhere those down to the card base like this. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus because this is the adhesive that is part of the class. It's one of the products that are included. Super sticky adhesive. As you can see, I just used 2 lines of it. Probably could get away with 1 just down the middle. All right, so I've just got that 3 by 4 piece with a 1/4 inch border on the top and the left side. And then we're just going to simply add the other one. The front of it is a paisley print. Again, just adding 2 lines of adhesive. And I'm going to put this one down on the lower side with a 1/4 inch border on the right and the bottom. All right, so we're going to set this aside, and we're going to do some stamping. Let me just bring all those white pieces into the picture here. So also in my Darling Donkeys class, you'll receive brand new Stampin Blends, and these are Smoky Slate and Crumb Cake that will be offered. All right, I've got my donkey there. Also included is Memento ink, because you'll need the Memento black ink to work with your blends. All right, because the blends are an alcohol-based marker. All right, so we're just going to stamp this little fun donkey right down below. And I'm just going to give it a couple seconds for that ink to absorb into the white cardstock. All right, so there you go. What you do need underneath when you are coloring is a piece of scrap paper. So I'm just going to pull that out of my drawer here. And then I'm just going to, what I do, I'm not really this like super person that can blend and color and get all those little like shading aspects to it, but what I do is I just start with my darkest marker. So here I've got Crumb Cake, and I'm just going to go around the edges where I think there might be some kind of shading. Usually I start with the lines here and the edges, and then just work away around, and then I'll probably come back in with this color as well. So the blends have a chisel tip and a brush tip on both ends, so that's super great. So now I'm going to take the light, oh my gosh, no, that's Crumb Cake, yeah, light Crumb Cake, sorry about that. And I'm just going to fill his body in and his little ears, just kind of work my way around. Color him in the best I can. Just get some of that light shading. Get his leg there, his tail. Okay, and I'll just do his little mouth area. And then down here, his leg. Go over this one more time, get it a little bit darker. All right, so now I'm going to come in with my Smoky Slate, and this is the light color. As you can see, I use the chisel pointy end a lot just because I have more control, especially in the smaller spaces here that we're trying to color. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. So I think we'll call it good. All right, so we're gonna this one there, and then I'm going to give it a pop of color and use Night of Navy for the sentiment hee-haw. So I've got a scrap of white, and I'm just gonna stamp this right down here and set that aside. And then on the inside, I'm going to add It's Your Birthday. It's really small, so I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's your birthday with exclamation point. Okay, so I think we're going to just assemble the rest of the card here. I've got a strip of that well-suited paper. It was a scrap from another piece, but this paper really goes really nicely, all of it together. So I'm just going to add this little strip here down at the bottom with my stamp and seal here. And I'm just going to add this right here. And I just like to give it a little border at the very bottom there. Okay, and let's take our Stampin' Seal Plus here, and we will just add this to the inside of the card with a 1/4 of an inch border all the way around. Okay, so we're going to need to pop this up, and we also need the Organdy 3/8 of an inch ribbon, really fun glittery ribbon. You just need a couple inches of it. We're going to put it right underneath here. So just take your circle and just kind of measure how much you will need, about this much. Cut it off so I don't waste any because my spool is getting down there. But that ribbon is also included in the card class. Okay, so we're just going to add our adhesive here. Layer down that ribbon at an angle. Just press there where that adhesive is. We're going to add some glue dot, or some Stampin' Dimensionals. 3 will do, and you can see why you need to have scrap paper underneath when you are coloring with your blends. It just does bleed through, and you don't want to get it on your work surface. So I just push down the center of those dimensional backings to release the little pieces there. Okay, so now we're going to just layer him right down here in the middle of that ribbon. I'm going to take the classic label punch here to punch out this hee-haw sentiment in the center there. In my card class, you'll receive these just punched out with the white, okay? So, and you'll usually give you a few extra in case you need them to stamp. If you made a mistake or something. So now we're going to adhere this down. Now if you adhere it down flat onto the donkey here, it's not going to look as good, I don't think. You need to give it some kind of dimension. So I'm just going to add a little bit of these mini glue dots. These are great. You could use your larger, or glue dots, I keep saying glue dots, dimensionals, and cut them in half. But I have the minis here which work perfect. So I'm just going to press that center backing and just peel those right off. And we're going to add this right to the center focal point. And then the last touch are your rhinestones. These are the basic jewels. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to take these off the sheet here. And I'm going to use the pointy end here. I'm going to add one right here to this banner. And then I'm just going to sprinkle like 2 down here, 1 here. I'll just grab a larger one, and then I'll take a really small one. Let me use the putty side there and add it up there. Okay, so let's go over the class one more time here. So this is the card we just made. Okay, so you'll receive 2 kits of this card design and all of the other 3 as well. All right, so you have until now and until January 10th to partake and register for my class. It expires on January 10th, and then I'll ship maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks after that, around the 22nd, once I get my Stampin' Up! Supplies. So you'll receive a 6x12 paper pack of the Well Suited Designer Series paper cut 6x12, the black glittered organdy ribbon, which is awesome with this card design, a full spool, your Seal Plus, and your blends here, Smoky Slate and Crumb Cake, and the Memento black ink, which you'll need with your blends to make them work, and written instructions, which I send as a PDF, and also I print out a color sheet in your card kit and it gets mailed with you, so you don't have to print it at home. So again, this is one card design, and here's another one here. For this one, I chose a little like Poppy Parade here. You'll have to figure that one out. Just to give it a little pop of color. I'm sure you've got some kind of marker in your craft room. So that's one. It's your birthday, super fun. And then this one's really, really fun too. I love that the well-suited paper is also feminine too. So you can make some generic birthday cards with this well-suited paper. Hey there, friend, super cute. And I just little tied that over the 3x4 panel there of the well-suited. And then one last one here, which I think is the most funnest one, because I added this cute little bow to this little donkey's tail here, and it says "You're the best." And in this class, I used every single one of those stamps that are in the Darling Donkeys cling stamp set. All right, so again, for the information I will have in the description box as to how you can partake in the class here. And I hope you join. It's going to be a lot of fun. For all your inspiration, please visit me at inspiredbygraham.com. Thanks for watching.